Hey, we're back on the Truth Radio Show right here on freedomizerradio.com. We got on the phone, before we get Jake on the phone, Kevin, you want to do the introduction?
Oh, yeah, this is my good friend, Jake Iannarino, stand-up comedian, actor, activist. Jake, how you doing, brother?
Good. Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. Yeah, we had a long conversation. I'm sorry for keeping you up late last night. We talk about all kinds of stuff.
No, first of all, I just want to say, I knew that the Lucky Charms guy was gay a long time ago, man. You know, I was way ahead of the curve on that deal. He wears a little elf costume. He's always messing around with kids. I knew something was up with that dude. And I got a whole bunch of questions about that Frosted Flakes tiger, frankly. He's a little too excited about those flakes. I don't know what's going on. Everything's gay now. Yeah, you know, you don't have to just tolerate gay people. You have to be gay now.
Oh, yeah.
That's why when I eat Lucky Charms,
and the magically delicious.
yeah. He's magically delicious, all right.
Yeah. That's right. You should use that for a stand-up thing. The gay Cheerios thing we're talking about. You got to be gay. You got to.
What was the cheer? Well, I think Cheerios is right. I think you should adopt a gay child just like you should a straight child. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And we were talking about earlier, I don't know if you heard on the show, we talked about the Amtrak.
Well, frankly, I have an opinion on that. I think just riding on Amtrak, you're suspicious to me. Why did you buy a plane ticket? What's wrong with you in the first place?
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't know. I've ridden the Amtrak before. I like the Amtrak. It's nice and everything. But like everything you do is suspicious, I guess, you know?
Yeah, and one of the answers is like if you're nervous or calm, it's suspicious activity. So what the hell you have to be if you're not nervous or calm?
Just perfectly in between. I like to be a little calm, but mostly nervous, and then I get away with whatever I want. I find that perfect sweet spot. What the hell? And if you're crying, it's suspicious. Let me tell you, if I'm riding the Amtrak, I'm probably going to be crying.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll be suspicious.
Oh, man.
This stuff's
I don't know what the hell's going on,
We're going to go down the Amtrak and confront these people and tell them, what are we supposed to be? What are we supposed to be sleeping all the time? Or if you're first or last in line, it's suspicious. So are you going to be fighting with each other? Oh, you go first, or I'm not going last?
You get off the train.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's everything's crazy. You know, I think it's their way of saying if we think you're weird, we're going to look at you.
But anyway,
no matter what, we're going to.
Even though we gave you an introduction, you want to tell the people how you became a comedian, how you got into acting, who you are, and everything?
Well, I mean, I'm a comic. I've been working on the road for years, man, all over the U.S. and now Europe, and I've always made my living doing that. Like right when I graduated from high school, I had a tour booked and everything. I always knew I wanted to be a comic. And then somewhere along the way, I woke up, you know, and I started to kind of figure out that things aren't exactly as they seem. And, you know, so I guess I'm a crazy sort of, I even hesitate to call myself libertarian. I don't really like to put myself in any box anymore. I'd say I'm not quite lizard people crazy, but I am 9/11 truther crazy in the spectrum of crazy libertarians. I'm like, not so crazy that I think Obama is like going to pull off a mask and be a lizard or something. Although it wouldn't shock me, I guess. But so I've been friends with Kevin for a long time on Facebook and stuff, and I've been a fan of yours for years, Bidondi. I've been following you since you've been breaking all kinds of big crazy stories, and I like the show. I think Kevin Laprade is maybe a weak link to the show. I think you should maybe get rid of him. But other than that, it's a good show.
Yeah, we'll have the security escort him out of here. We'll call the TSA because
he's
screened to come in here first of all.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
He seems a little too calm to me. I think we better look at him.
Yeah, he's on the phone. He was on the phone earlier, looking around too. So I'd be able to call the Amtrak police and have him, get escorted out of here. We're gonna set up TSA scanners over here. You'll be violated coming into the studio.
I took a trip when I was in Europe. I dealt with the TSA a lot. I have to say, I always kind of make fun of them, but they were pretty good this time. I don't think they were like overly nosy. I think they were just kind of trying to weed out the freaks and stuff. One TSA guy told me he's seen like people try to smuggle crazy stuff through. He saw a guy try to smuggle iguanas. He had iguanas down his pants. Now, I want the TSA to get rid of the guy who keeps an iguana in his pants. I don't want that guy sitting next to me. So I got to side with the TSA on that issue, you know.
Well, I gotta, where you talk about the TSA here, I forgot to mention this article earlier. It says Mission Creeps Homeland Security agents confiscate women's panties for copyright infringement. The TSA confiscated at an airport there. That's from informationliberation.com. that's
what the hell? For copyright?
Yeah, I guess she had some print on the back of her underwear that was. But the thing is, how they know it was, that's the thing. It is take the crown and KC across the rear end of the underwear, but they confiscated underwear because it was a copyright infringement. Like they have no jurisdiction on it anyway. But so that's crazy, man.
You have no jurisdiction in her panties.
Yeah. Oh man,
that is wild. I've been trying to get jurisdiction in girls' panties for years, and it doesn't. I didn't know a TSA badge would turn them on like that. I think that that might just be like a freaky TSA guy who was like, those panties look suspicious.
Yeah, I think
you better hand those over.
Next time you come up in the area, we'll go out to Boston or something. We'll wear TSA badges and Homeland Security. Maybe we'll all get lucky. You know what I mean?
We'll pull all the chicks.
Yeah. We're gonna come.
Excuse me, man. I'm gonna have to pat you down.
Oh man, it's crazy stuff, man. You have to laugh about the stuff, man, because it'll drive you crazy. And you know, the shows, the stuff they do is just outright idiotic. You know what I mean? These the alphabet agencies do. It's pure idiotic and has nothing to do with terrorism and nothing. And that's what they love to do. But now. When you're an actor and you're a comedian and everything else, and what got you basically awake? The best way to put that. What woke you up of what's really going on here?
I think when I quit, I used to drink like a bottle of whiskey a night, and watch a lot of TV and eat a lot of fast food and stuff. And then I noticed when I started living healthier and I quit drinking and got my head right, I started to kind of look at things differently. And I think that's part of it. I think Alex Jones is certainly a part of it. He's been saying some stuff for years that he ended up being right about. And that kind of is something I wanted to talk to you guys about, is how people call things conspiracy theories that aren't really conspiracy theories. And it's to make us look kind of kooky, but it's like, wait, no, they're giving military equipment to police officers. They're putting things in the food and water. They're doing this and that, and these aren't conspiracy theories. The NSA is keeping track of every communication. I mean, these aren't conspiracy theories. These are facts. And if you point it out, if you're a kook for pointing it out, I guess I'm a kook because I'm seeing this stuff and it's a little unnerving. It's liberty can slip away very quickly. And it seems like things are being set up to kind of make that happen to me.
I always say that, Jake. People think that freedom is free. And freedom's not free. If you don't sacrifice something, me, you, Dan, if we don't sacrifice something, then we're doing nothing, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. People do need to kind of speak out about this stuff right now before, while we're still allowed to speak out about it. And don't think there aren't people who want to shut you guys up. We all know for a fact there are. We all have stories, So, but this is the time to speak out. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, especially these day and ages, like even people who are not fully awake, they're still questioning things. I mean, there was a bunch of Rasmussen polls they had that people don't trust the Democrats or the Republican Party no more. People now, there's more, the majority, like 70, 80%, staggering amount, don't trust government, period, no more. I mean, people are waking up. I mean, we do a 9/11 rally every year on 9/11, and it was, the 4th year or 5th year we had this?
This is the 5th year.
5th year, and every year it's just...
You should hold it on 9/11. You shouldn't hold it on 9/12. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
You should hold the 9/11 rally on 9/11. That way people can remember what day it's on. That's good thinking.
Yeah.
You guys.
People telling us wrong day to do it, and we were saying this is the perfect day to do it.
Exactly. 9/11.
It's the day, man.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I think these guys are... It seems like they're all kind of working together at this point, and the whole Democrat-Republican thing is just... I don't know how people are not awake by now and realize that it's all one party, really, and you don't have a choice. The voting is basically masturbation at this point. It makes you feel good, but it doesn't do anything. And we have electronic voting machines in my state, and then not only are they programmable electronic machines, they word the things you're voting for in a crazy way where you don't know what the hell you're voting for. If you're for issue 1, vote no on this, do a handstand and juggle 3 oranges. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. What am I voting for here?
Yeah.
If I vote for it, if I'm for it, well, I vote no.
So you have no idea. You think you're answering the correct way for your family and for your town, and I should vote yes on this because it seems, but you're answering wrong.
When I was in California, I work on this television show. I'd like to tell you guys about it in a minute.
Absolutely.
But when I was in California, they had a vote for to label genetic food. It was like they wanted to label at the store in California. They put it up to a vote. Do you want to know what's in your food? Do you want your food labeled? And they lost. No, you're telling me California, one of the most health conscious, if not the most health conscious state in the nation, said, no, we don't care. Genetically modified, that's fine. Monsanto me up. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. Don't label anything. That's just, I call BS on that, man.
Yeah, that was Proposition 37 at the last elections, and I think that whole thing was fixed. I mean, because more people all coming out, we want GMOs labeled. Even people that even not even knowing about the stuff, because they, even politicians that eat healthy and all that. But for some reason, the politicians do support, healthy eating, whatever. Anyway, but Proposition 37 that was produced in California there, and it failed, and it was rigged. I probably most guarantee that election was rigged.
I think they all are. I think they know who the president is going to be before, and this is my conspiracy kookiness coming out, but I think they know who the president is. I think it's all, you and me were talking about this last night. It's like you have the good guy and the bad guy. They argue. The hillbillies get all riled up and pick a side, and then they act like they do this fight. And afterwards, they sit back in the locker room, enjoying beers together, laughing at how they fooled the dummies out there into thinking it was all real. They're making backroom deals. It's like someone said, the table's tilted, the game's rigged. And if you want to yell at me and say, "Oh, you don't vote, then you shouldn't have an opinion," you could say that all you want, but I don't want to put my life in the hands of politicians. I don't want to give them any head nod. We should be looking at how to take power away from these guys, not endorse them anymore. They've had their chance. They're screwing things up. We're losing liberty. It's time for people to wake up and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should play the game a little different. And I'm not saying I have the answers, but I don't. God knows that. But something is up,
No doubt, brother. Amen.
Yeah, you're right, and people need to wake up, and which they are now, granted. But at this point in this time period, I think it might be too late. But the thing is, there's no such thing that will. I mean, the tables could turn, they really can, but it's going to take the entire country just about to say, hey, you know, we had enough of your crap. And the thing is, people don't understand because they say, oh, I'm politically incorrect. But I tell people all the time, if you're looking for political correctness, you got the wrong damn show for that, because I'm everything but political correctness. And about the thing is, 150 years ago, or probably 100 years ago, if the politicians doing what they're doing today, the public would have assembled, went out and kicked these people out on their asses, and most of them would be hanging at the end of a rope. And if you take that to extreme, that's exactly what our founding fathers would do. If they came alive today, 99% of the politicians in this country would be at the end of a rope by the end of the week, and tomorrow we'd be at a war, in the war, or a shooting war with the government. And I'm not promoting that, because it's different times now. We need to circumvent that and hold it off as soon as possible, as much as possible. But that's what the founding fathers would do. Plain and simple. They wouldn't.
Well, now we have the internet. You know, well, we have the internet now. We have technology, and I think now we can win this battle without firing a shot. I think we could do it all through a battle of ideas, because liberty is the best idea. Period.
Absolutely.
You know, that's it.
And information war. That's what we promote. You know, and Hillary Clinton admitted, it's right on the video too, she admitted we're losing the information war. We're referring to them, the elite, because they know that we're winning this. We're getting the truth out. And the thing is, mainstream media makes it sound like people like us are a minority. But the fact of the reality is, they're the minority now. People are waking up. That's why alternative media is skyrocketing through the roof. Alternative media is destroying the mainstream media in ratings. I mean, it's insane what's going on in a good way, because people are waking up. They don't trust the mainstream media no more.
Well, didn't you say you guys are beating MSNBC?
Oh yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, if you could, when you go to the YouTube channels, open two browsers, hit about on each one, and if you look, we already. I mean, I only been posting my videos since this year. I had the channel open for over a year, but I just started posting the videos in March, I think it was. But already we got more views and subscribers than MSNBC. And
wow, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's not InfoWars. I mean, they hundreds of millions of subscribers. I mean, they're out there, the head of the pack. But I mean, well, we're doing our best to, get the information out there, and other people share our YouTube videos as well, because all my reports and shows I put up on YouTube, so people could actually watch it instead of just listening to it. And I mean, we're reaching out to a lot of people, and the shows get posted on other YouTube channels as well. So we're getting tons of hits, not just from our channel, but other channels as well. And it's all thanks to the listeners out there, and good people like yourself that come on the show that want to talk about what's going on, and especially a person of your status. I mean, you're an actor, comedian. You got to know all these top Hollywood stars and everything else. And if you to come out this, I commend you a lot for doing this.
Well, I didn't want to be honest. I think I'm too big for this show. But
yeah, don't worry, the check's in the mail.
I'm slumming. Oh, good.
I'm telling you guys.
Hey, let me.
This guy Jake is
so
hilarious.
I'm producing this.
Go up on YouTube. It's Jake Iannarino with an I at the beginning. He's got some good videos, guys. You laugh. I laugh all the time. I watch the same ones over because they're so good.
If you think cruelty is funny, then you will like my stand-up, folks.
Dude, so I want you to come up here to the East Coast and make fun of me so bad.
I could do that from right here.
You already have, man.
I mean, you guys, the world is falling apart, and to fight for freedom and liberty, we got you two guys. I mean, we're doomed.
Oh, yeah.
We're in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely doomed for sure. That's for sure.
No, you guys are great. I love the show, man. I'm a fan. I do, but like I said, if you ditch Laprade, I'm telling you, straight to the top.
Thanks, bro.
He's bringing you down.
Well,
no problem.
He's just damn conspiracy theorist, man. I tell you, I think he's definitely a terrorist, man, because he wears those propaganda shirts, the come and take it ones. He's for the guns and everything else, and this guy is totally a terrorist.
I heard he's so out there. I heard he actually paid for an Amtrak ticket with cash. I mean, that proves it.
Man.
Oh, man.
What a scumbag
that proves
he
he's crazy.
Don't worry, we're having our producer over here.
Yeah.
We already told him that he's got to call Homeland Security to come detain Kevin before the show is over.
Well, I guess I'm suspicious because all my credit cards are shut down. I have to pay with cash, so I'm forced into being
Oh man, you're in big trouble.
You know, being broke is suspicious, I guess.
Oh, it is, and
But
we're all terrorists in that case. But man, anyway, so what you got any projects coming up ahead? Any new shows or anything? I mean, you want to talk about your TV show?
yeah, let me tell you about that. It's called The Flip Side. It's doing really well. It's on AT&T Uverse. It's on Dish Network. It's on Time Warner cable. It's all over the place now. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a Tosh Point oh Talk Soup kind of deal, but we deal with politics and pop culture. It's a group of guys, great guys, Tafir Althea and Rodney Lee Conover, myself, and our host is, these are all like conservatives, libertarians, that we kind of cover a wide range of the spectrum as far as where we're coming from politically, but the show is not afraid to make fun of the left. It seems like all these comedy shows are so afraid to tackle the left, and we do it, and it gets them crazy. We get a lot of hate mail from the left because they're so tolerant, but we're not afraid to make fun of the right either. Believe me, when the right messes up, we're on them, and that's all the time. So it's a fresh perspective. It's not Jon Stewart. It's not Hate America. Try to get the black people riled up and angry kind of stuff like he does. It's funny stuff. It's upbeat. Our host, Michael Loftus, is one of the writers for Charlie Sheen's show, Anger Management. He lives out in Los Angeles. He's had a Comedy Central full-hour special. He's a big deal. He's done comedy all over the world. And I've seen his show live, and I've seen Jon Stewart's show live in New York, and I have to say, Loftus is 1,000 times funnier than Stewart. This guy does impressions, characters. He's just way talented, man, and it's a fun show. So, we post every episode for free at theflipsideshow.com. That's theflipsideshow.com. So you can watch them all, man, and if you're easily offended, then tune in and get angry and upset, because we make fun of everybody. Nobody's off limits to us.
Yeah, that's great though. I mean, you have to though. You gotta enlighten people. I mean, when we talk about stuff too, because a lot of people, they say we're fearmongers. You preach doom and gloom, but we make light of it sometime. But the thing is, what we try to do too is, out of everything, we try to promote. Hey, well, this is what you can do. To give you light at the end of the tunnel. Because we get accused for being fearmongers and everything else, but you do got to make light of it and make jokes here and there, because you have to, else you'll just go insane, really. And I got to check that out myself.
That's right. Well, and this is the other thing, and this is something that our show kind of tries to do. We have to remember, we are going to win this thing. I know sometimes things look dark, and it is kind of scary, some of the things going on, and people are so divided right now, but we are going to win. Liberty will shine again, and it's like whack-a-mole, man. You knock liberty down in one spot, it pops up in another spot. You can't stop it. The message is strong, and there is a silver lining. You're right about that. So
it's just
we all need to keep that in mind.
And if you know history, right, if you see the revolution, how many battles have we lost? I mean, you could battle 100 times, right? If you lose 99 of the battles and you win that final 100th, you won. You know what I mean? It's just the act of resistance that's victory.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
kind of cool that these. It is. The main producer, the executive producer, Tafir Althea, is a ballsy guy just to try to produce a show like this. He's the guy that hired me, and he's got huge balls. If you see some of the stuff we say on the show, we get in hot water. I know you guys do too. I've seen it, and but he's taught me that it's kind of a badge of honor when you get the right people angry and upset at you. Yep. It's good. Those are the people you want angry and upset. It's this guy's got balls. This guy's got balls, man. It's an interesting show, so hopefully your listeners will tune in.
That's what people want to see, man. They want to see people who are real, not reading off the teleprompters, but people who are real, that want to get out there, with the face of liberty and everything. It's the eye of the tiger, if you want to say it that way. And they want to see real people that are sick of everything, and we'll stand up against things. And I'm not a perfect speaker by all means, but the people love me because I hate patting myself on the back. But I mean, the people love me because we get out there and expose, to people's faces. We had we're running with the Secret Service Friday, and we just let them have it, man. And hopefully InfoWars is going to air it tonight in the nightly news. But the people love that stuff. So let him know that he's doing a good thing and keep it up. No matter what criticism you get, people admire people with balls. People admire people who are not afraid to say something and stand up.
Yeah, all you guys, Jake, please tell everybody that
Absolutely.
that we said good job and keep up the great work, bro.
For sure, I'm sure they'll listen to this.
Sweet.
If they're not listening now, I've been promoting it and stuff. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
We'll see.
So you got any projects coming up, like besides the TV show? Any tour dates or anything?
Yeah, I have some dates coming up just all over the map. You can check out my website, jakeiannarino.com. That's easy to remember and not at all difficult to spell.
And we got Google today, so
I've got
Google his name.
I'm also producing a couple of films that are coming out next year, and I'm editing a film that I made specifically for the web. About my trip to Europe and some stuff that happened to me there. It was an incredible trip, man. There's a lot of people awake in Europe, I'll tell you. They know what's going on out there.
Big chunk of our audience is from Europe. Especially the people in the UK, they love this show. I got a UK correspondent, and and she's great too. But the people from Europe love this stuff because they know what's going on. They see it for themselves.
Yeah, and they don't sit and watch TV all day. I think you guys were talking about it last week, how the TV literally hypnotizes people. It's crazy, but it does, and they get in this hypnotic state, and they're more easily prone to suggestion, right? So that's why it's kind of maddening to debate these people that are so deeply programmed. That Laprade and me used to get into it with people on Facebook and stuff. I haven't been in a Facebook debate in a long time. I just don't. These people are so programmed. They literally watch Honey Boo Boo and Jon Stewart and the Family Guy all day, and this is where they're getting their political ideology. And life is too short. I've got no time to sit on Facebook and try to wake up the sleepyheads anymore, man. It's just too frustrating for me. I'd rather come on a show like this and talk about stuff in an intelligent way, or in our case, a semi-intelligent way, and get stuff off my chest that way, Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man, you were right there with me, bro, back in 2008 when I began Stand Together Forever USA. You were one of my administrators, and we had some good times with all those crazy cats, huh?
Man, social media is pretty wild. There are just the crazy people will find you. Apparently they sit on Facebook all day, and I would get in a political argument with somebody, and an hour later, my phone would, and they would say something, then I would say something back, then they would say, and they would go on. Sometimes I would see how long I could keep them going. Some of these guys, they must not have jobs or something. They sit on Facebook and argue all day. So
keyboard heroes.
Don't you have something to? It's wild, heroes. Man. I can't get into it anymore. And don't think that I don't read stuff on Facebook and want to say, you don't know what you're talking about. I do, but I try not to act on it anymore. It's a time drain,
We got paid trolls now. You've seen the articles on that before. Alex talked about that a lot. You have government agents who are paid to sit in a cubicle all day to mask as patriots or whatever, or as trolls, just to sit there to send out disinformation, try to discourage people like us. And we got tons of them on my Facebook, and they're constantly, everything I post, seconds away from posting something to argue against it. And the whole fact of the matter is they can never push anything or post anything, I'm sorry, to say, hey, I'm lying about it and here's the proof. But they can never do that. They sit there and ridicule you because, God forbid, you misspell a word. God forbid. Because when you misspell a word, you're automatically wrong, to these people. But it's just a big psyops game. That's what they do. Psyops operations to try to discourage people like us. Because Matt Drudge, back years ago in the 90s, he stated in the national press conference, he's told all the press that social media will be the next real media. Everybody laughed at him, ridiculed him, and sure enough, long and behold, Matt Drudge, his Drudge Report, is the #1 news source in the entire world on the Alexa ratings. And the social media is the #1 source because, like, if I'm out and I see a riot going on, I'm posting up on Ustream. It's going on to my YouTube channel and my Facebook. The mainstream media, they edit things and cut it, but they're seeing real life, real time things through the social medias now. And yes, you get disinformation as well, but people that have a good sense of knowledge about things know how to pick out the bull crap from the reality.
Yeah, I think that's why they want to take over the internet so bad. They want to control the atmosphere, I think, and the argument. And so I heard that was a rumor, but I don't know. That's true, huh? The government, our taxpayer money goes to fund guys in cubicles that actually work as paid government trolls to mess with the liberty movement.
Oh yeah, it's called PSYOPs, psychological operations, and they have people that sit there all day long from the FBI and all the agencies, the NSA, just to sit there and they admit it. I mean, if you research on Google, you'll pull up a ton of articles about how the government admitting to using social media to what they do is they pose. I mean, if they want to try to get you, what they'll do is they pose as a patriot. They'll start talking to you like they're a friend, and they'll ask you about guns. And if you say, well, you're going to overthrow the government or anything like that, if you got these certain guns that are illegal, all of a sudden your door's getting kicked in the next day. And then you got local police officers that do the same thing as well. And it's total government intrusion on the social medias that, infiltrating the social media to go after our information.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on online, man. It's a wild world, the web.
Oh yeah, I mean it's insane, and and they're throwing so much disinformation out there too, YouTube and everything else, and so when a normal person comes to start looking into the truth here, they get a world of information, yes, but a lot of it could be BS, and they don't know how to decipher from truth from fiction. You know what I mean? And it's just it's really crazy, it really is, and that's why they make it so complex that the normal person will say, you know what, I don't care about that. I'm going to keep my head in the sand, watch my football, my honey boo-boo, and all that stuff, and I don't care what happens. Because the establishment with the psychological operations, they purposely do that, provide all of the entertainment, and keep your head in the sand. And they troll people like us.
Yeah, because I get, back when I was pretty vocal, I would get people like with just a couple of friends on their friend list and a weird picture that is obviously not a real person, and they would be all over me. So that's and there's a lot of profiles like that. So I would believe that. I mean, that wouldn't shock me. At this point, nothing would, I guess.
Yeah, and you got the YouTube channels, right? People who make nasty remarks against you. Now, if you go to the profile, they'll have no videos of their own. They might share a couple of other videos. They have no subscribers, no pictures, no profile picture, no nothing. And they have tons of them. And if you can actually track the IP addresses, most of the time when you see a bunch of people attacking you, it's all from the same IP. In other words, it was the same person with multiple accounts trying to act like everybody's against you when they're not. And they do that to us at InfoWars, and the IT guy showed me about 5 of this people was actually the same person from the same IP address. So I mean, you get these trolls out there constantly trying to demeanor everything you say.
Wow. Yeah, I wondered about stuff like that, because you could tell a real person in their profile. If you look at it, it looks like a real person in their profile. With these trolls, it's like a cartoon character picture and then, 7 friends. At least that's my experience. I don't know.
It is, and what do you? I mean, I already know your feelings about guns and all that, but you want to tell people because this is a big issue now. It's weird too because years ago, it was the big questions was gay marriage and abortion. Now it's like the biggest question is, what do you think about guns? And I mean, we're politicians are people, because they're trying to push a Nazi gun control. So your thoughts on these gun control advocates?
Well, I mean, the Second Amendment's the cornerstone of all our liberties, so the first and the second, right? It's always crazy that the news covers all the negative stories, but they never tell you about the girl that shot a guy breaking into her house, and it ended up he was a repeated rapist. This stuff happens all the time, where a person will exercise their Second Amendment rights in the correct manner and defend themselves, their property, their families, their homes, whatever. And you don't read about that. That's not a real exciting story. But you'll read if some maniac walks into a school and shoots a bunch of kids. You'll read about that, and you'll read about it for like a month. No matter where you turn, you're going to hear about it. And like the thing that went down in Texas, that military base, the shooting, Fort Hood. And, oh my God! In Texas, they're shooting. We've got to take the guns. And it's like, wait a second. Fort Hood is the one place in Texas that doesn't allow guns, and you're shocked that that's where they pick to start shooting people? The Second Amendment works. The Second Amendment works. I'm sorry, it does. And you can't blame these people, it's almost like they blame the guns. Oh, we got to take the guns because the guns might get upset and shoot somebody. Well, it ain't the gun, it's a tool. People fall down and die every day. Way more people die from mosquitoes and falling on the ground. We can't outlaw that stuff. A gun is like they're trying to outlaw knives in England. Did you read about that?
Yep. Trying to outlaw knives and probably hammers next, or cigarettes, alcohol, cars. Why do we outlaw all that? You know what I mean? It's just crazy, it really is. And there's more deaths by car accidents a year than guns ever will be, and more deaths by stabbings than guns, more deaths by just blunt objects than guns. And like we talked about earlier, how the media, highlights one bad thing, but they don't tell you about the hundreds of things. We read a story earlier how a teenager, a 15-year-old boy, he was home alone, he used a shotgun to stop an intruder in his house. But, he helped the police apprehend this guy that broke into a home prior. But the mainstream media will never come out. I'm sure you'll hear it in the local news, no doubt. But the national mainstream media would never talk about that or highlight that.
Yeah, but, they're coming after him. It seems that Operation Fast and Furious, it seems like there's always bills to complicate getting a gun and slow you down from getting a gun, and all kinds of laws they're trying to push. And they're coming after them because, once they have the guns, then they can do whatever they want, right? Then it's all over. They've got the military equipment and all the local agencies, and it's a game over. If they get the guns, it's done. I like these people who say, well, the guns, you'll never beat the military with your pea shooters and all that, and they don't understand how things work. The Second Amendment works.
Amen, brother.
Absolutely, no. And that's why they failed twice, 2 years in a row here in Rhode Island. I like to bring that up a lot because it shows that we had victory here in Rhode Island. When they're proposing those Nazi gun bills from Connecticut after Sandy Hook and in Massachusetts, we had victory here in Rhode Island. We stopped the bills cold dead in its tracks 2 years in a row. And with the help of me and Kevin were a big part of that. The Oath Keepers of Rhode Island. We had people from Massachusetts too that came down in Connecticut to support us. We mounted over 10,000 people in Hartford, Connecticut, at the state capitol to propose to go against protests against Governor Malloy's gun control laws, and even the state police in Connecticut said they're not going to comply or enforce those gun laws. So we're having huge victories, even though it might seem overwhelming, like you were talking about earlier, but the active resistance is key. It's the perseverance in people. You just fight until we win, and when we win. Period.
Yeah, because once you lose liberty, it's hard to get back. So you have to fight now, or it might be too late. And right next door to you, Connecticut, they lost their gun rights, didn't they?
Oh yeah, well they tried, and they had about 100,000 people stand in line, to register their firearms and turn some things in, but still over 200,000 residents have not complied yet, and the state police even said on record that they're not going to enforce the laws because right now, technically, there's over 200,000 people considered felons from not requiring, compromising with the law there. Complying, I'm sorry, but the state police say, hey, we're not going to enforce the laws because they're unconstitutional. So even though the law is passed by, I think Governor Daniel Malloy, he's the governor of Massachusetts, Connecticut, I'm sorry, I think he's out on his ass come this next election.
Yeah, and you have Bloomberg pouring tons of money into trying to take people's guns rights with, I forget his organization,
Bill Gates.
Every Town
Bill
or
Gates
something like
too.
that. Yeah, Bill Gates. Those guys, I expect it from Bloomberg. That guy doesn't even want you to drink a soda. He's such a fucking jerk. Pardon my language. He's such a control monger. But, Bill Gates, he's really got people fooled, man.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's no good guy, that's for sure. The more I read about this guy and his crazy agenda.
Dan and myself always bring up, Jake, that at the 2000 TED conference, Bill Gates said we need to do a really good job. If we do a really good job in the medical field, if we do a good job in vaccinations, this, that,
we need to create new vaccines to reduce the population.
basically.
Yeah. Kill the population off, and when there's a little equation there how to stop CO2 and global warming, and they say one of these. And the thing is, if you watch the video, if you type in go to YouTube, right, type in 2010 TED conference meeting, Bill Gates.
Just put Bill Gates depopulation.
Yeah, depopulation. Yeah, Bill Gates depopulation. You can see it when he says. He goes, one of these things need to come down to zero. He was referring to the people. Then you can hear the elite people in the audience, just the evil left. You can hear these people just laughing at that they're calling to kill people. And he said to do this, we need to come up with newer vaccines, basically to depopulate the planet. And it's part of this eugenics movement, this Agenda 21. I mean, it's so diabolical.
Well, no matter who you are, you just have to thank God you don't look like Bill Gates. That poor guy. No wonder he wants to depopulate the world. It's the only way he'll get a woman is if he kills off all the other dudes. That guy, the real-life Kermit the Frog, if I ever saw one.
Oh, man.
He makes me want to give myself a shot and kill myself when I look at him.
Give us the vaccine.
You better be a billionaire, dude, or you will never talk to a woman. Thank God you made money one way or another. Holy smoke.
Yeah. That guy's insane.
Before he had money, the only date that guy could ever get is his hand. I guarantee it.
And I guarantee he doesn't take none of those vaccines. I bet any vital parts of my anatomy that he never takes the vaccines that they push on the third world countries.
He wouldn't go anywhere near them. So he'll put them in all those little kids overseas, though, I guess, and they're getting paralyzed and all kinds of stuff. Nobody knows about that, but and I mean a big number of them, right? Or you guys would know more than I would.
Oh yeah, I mean they're doing this to millions of people, and they got propaganda commercials at the Walgreens or CVS, whatever it is. If you buy a vaccine, you get one free, and that free one goes to a third world child overseas. So not only you're going to poison yourself, but we're going to kill off the African population. And it's weird, too. The studies show that these things have more of an effect on African Americans and African people than, other Americans. That's kind of weird, but I think it's to do with the chromosomes or whatever. I'm not a biologist, so I don't even know. But, it's just weird how the stuff they're attacking black folks. And, the president says, he's a black person, whatever. But the thing is, and they call us the racist, but the thing is, they're attacking their own people. They're attacking their own people with mass genocide and everything else. And they call us the racists if we talk about it. Now, when you became an actor and all that, I asked you this question earlier about, I forgot to ask you too, what was the very incident that said, hey, you know what, there's something wrong here and I'm going to start looking into things. Basically, what was the incident that woke you up?
I don't know if it was one incident. It was kind of slow for me. It happened really slowly over time. I would get more and more awake. I think, honestly, I think Alex Jones did have a lot to do with it. I used to listen to his show. I had to stop listening to him, though, because he freaks me out too bad sometimes. If I get down in the rabbit hole with him sometimes, man, I think if I keep listening, I'm going to end up living in a cabin in Montana with my head shaved or something. I'm like, whoa, this guy is intense, man. But he's right about a lot of stuff, and you know, he did this thing I saw on YouTube where he broke down what's in different foods that you buy at the grocery store, and it kind of blew my mind. I was like, man, all this stuff is really they're like feeding people poison, and then that led to another video. I forget what it was about, but and eventually I'm like, man, I like this guy. This is like what Americans used to be. We used to have balls, man. We used to not be politically correct. We used to tell it how it is. You know, the guy is right. He's so brave. You know, he's so ballsy. He doesn't care what people think. He's going to tell you what's going on, whether you want to hear it or not. And so I think he woke me up a lot. Because I've gone every end of the spectrum. I was a Democrat for a long time when I was a kid, and then I was a Republican for a long time. And I think Alex Jones was one of the first guys to make me realize that, wait a second, you know, these are two BS little boxes that don't mean anything. It's not real. It's one party. They get us fighting over these little tiny issues and stuff that really don't have anything to do with the big picture, and it's divide and conquer. And I'd say he's probably the guy that opened my eyes the most about and kind of woke me up the most.
Oh, same here. I mean, like, I really woke up because I was always into I was a Democrat for a while, then started going off Republican. Then when I, started realizing, especially with Alex showing how that two pillars support each other, two sides of the same coin, two wings belong to the same bird, it was fixed. And Jesse Ventura broke it down because I was a pro wrestler for 17 years. He broke it down as in the professional wrestling, like we talked about last night, in that perspective. And then you're like, wow, it really is. It's more fixed than the WWE. You know what I mean? It really is. And Romney knew from day one Obama was winning. You know what I mean? He was a proposed catalyst for the Republican Party to put Obama for another 4 years. I mean, like, it's really, I mean, that's why I tell people, if you don't believe in it, I don't blame you, but the thing is, you can't keep your head in the sand either. You need to investigate on your own and really do research.
Yeah, if you are a person who says, I am a Democrat, the Democrats are always right, the Republicans are always wrong, or if you're a person who says, I'm a Republican, and the Republicans are always right, the Democrats are always wrong, you're still asleep. You're not awake. You don't understand the way things really work. You know, that's what frustrates me, these people that toe the party line. When you put yourself in a group like that and in a box, and you start finding yourself defending stuff that is indefensible, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's your party. You have to protect it, and you have to run defense for it. You know, Jon Stewart runs defense for the scumbag stuff the left does, just like Rush Limbaugh runs defense for the scumbag stuff the right does, you know? Whereas I feel like Alex Jones is a guy who's like, both these people are full of it, you know? He's like Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks had that great joke, I like the puppet on the left. Oh, no, the puppet on the right makes sense to me. It's one guy controlling both puppets. Don't you get it? You got to wake up, man.
Exactly.
These politicians, if the future is in the hands of these politicians, we're all doomed. But it's not really. The people are in control. We just forgot. For some reason, people have forgotten that we run the government. If we want them to stop acting a certain way, we could do it. But nobody does it because they're playing the PS4 and watching football and Honey Boo Boo and all that nonsense. And they're fat and happy and lazy and maybe a little scared. But it's going to happen one way or another. We're going to win. You know. Period.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the thing is too, and I tell people all the time to make light of it all. And because everybody gets overwhelmed. But to think about this, right? Back in the days of the Founding Fathers, we had 3%, only 3% of the population. We were just farmers. We weren't career military men. We were farmers, store clerks, just regular people. 3% of us. We stood up against the world's strongest and largest army in the entire world, and we defeated them. So today,
Man.
on record, over 50% of the people here in America are now awake. So what do you think? That's why the elite are running scared. That's why they make themselves look powerful when they're not. And they're afraid of people going to committee hearings and say, hey, you're not taking our guns. They're afraid of people standing up against the Secret Service, against these federal officials, because they know if it was to come to a war, they would lose dramatically. I mean, it would be an onslaught. For all America says, hey, we're going to be united together, put all differences aside, and become as one and overthrow this regime and start, like the Declaration of Independence says, it's our duty and responsibility to provide new gods for our future. When these long train of abusers come along, which our enemy right now is domestic. It's not foreign, it's domestic, and it's a group of elitists who hijacked our government, criminal elements in our government that are trying to destroy liberty and push the United Nations one world agenda. And thanks to people like us, we're waking people up, getting them. And the thing is, so you got to get mad. Before you do anything like the movie network, you got to get mad first. Get mad and aware of things that's going on, and to wake people up. You know what I mean? And you're doing a good job as well, especially your status and as an actor and everything else. I mean, you yourself, Jake, you're gonna inspire tons of people. So we encourage you to do that too. You know what I mean? Start your own show too, or what you're doing on Facebook is great, and you're doing such a great job.
Well, anytime you guys want me to come on the show, I'm happy to come by and talk about stuff like this. I find it endlessly fascinating and interesting, and I always learn something when I talk to you, Bidondi, and it's usually something that scares the hell out of me, and I like that. So,
yeah, I do that.
You just let me know, man.
Oh yeah, I would love to have you on any time, man. And if you got anything at all to promote, or you just want to rant off, and you want everybody to hear you, you're more than welcome. Come on anytime. Let us know. We'll have you on the show. And you've been a great guest, man. I didn't even go to a break. I mean, the hour's almost up here, and that's how much of a good conversation we had. Because I like to give my guests the floor. You know what I mean? I like to be able. I know I talk a lot too, but I like to give my guests the floor and have them speak about everything.
I appreciate it. Let me get one more plug in. TheFlipSideShow.com. It's TheFlipSideShow.com. Just check us out. You can see every episode for free at theflipsideshow.com. Support us. Leave us. You check us out. We're on Twitter and all that stuff. You can find us on YouTube under. I think it's The Flip Side with Michael Loftus. I'm not sure what our YouTube is. That's very professional of me. But you can find us. TheFlipSideShow.com has all the information. And it's also got a place where you can find out what channel we're on in your area. So,
and I will also recommend a couple videos. Jake Iannarino's Jacket and Jake Iannarino Marijuana. Two of the best YouTube videos you'll ever see. I laugh all the time at those, brother.
Oh, wow. What about Jake Iannarino is Mean to People?
That's a great one, too.
A stand-up roast.
Yeah, that's the one.
You gotta come in here sometime.
Man, I'm getting all kinds of crazy.
If you're in Rhode Island, right, we'll do if you're in Rhode Island, we'll have you live on the show here, and we could do a Kevin Laprade roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be great.
I'm down, man.
Thanks, bros.
That would be.
Well, we got a couple minutes left.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Guy coming on, and if you want to, once again, theflipsideshow.com, and also if you YouTube, just type that in, type Jake Iannarino, and all the stuff will come up. And again, thank you, Jake, and we'll definitely have you back on again.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, guys. Keep fighting.
One love, bro. Talk soon.
Yeah, God bless you, brother.
See you.